fell.
What's your name?
Henry.
My name's Max. I'm curious as a wilderness first responder. Is it okay if I help you out?
Please, hurry, please, come on.
Alright, first things first, let's get you out of the cold.
Who are you?
Now that that's taken care of, do you remember what was happening when you hurt your arm?
I was running from him and I tripped and fell. It doesn't matter, help me.
Him? I don't see anyone here.
Ugh.
You know where you are?
UVM.
You know what time it is?
I don't know, like 1?
What day of the week is it?
Wednesday? I don't know.
You seem fully oriented. Is it okay if I take your pulse?
Sure, dude, just hurry.
To take a patient's pulse, expose the skin and follow the thumb to below the wrist. You're going to find a divot where you're going to count the amount of beats for every 30 seconds. Multiply that number by 2 and the patient should have approximately 60 to 100 beats per minute. You're also going to watch the patient's chest and count their respirations. Again, you should count how many respirations for 30 seconds and multiply it by 2. A normal adult should have 12 to 20 breaths per minute.
Why are you telling me this?
At this point, you should take the patient's sample history.
Who the f are you talking to?
And get any important information that you might need to address the patient.
Hurry!
Is it only your arm that's bothering you?
Yes!
At this point, you might want to apply a splint to immobilize the patient's arm because it could possibly be a fracture. I'm going to show you how to apply a splint. You're going to need a couple materials to start. A SAM splint, an ACE bandage,
Hurry up!
some padding, and 2 triangle bandages. Start by unzipping the patient's jacket and taking the injured limb out carefully. A splint should be applied directly to the skin. Start by unwrapping your SAM splint and measuring it to the length of the patient's arm. Roll one end to give the patient something to grab onto. Make sure you shape the SAM splint to conform to the patient's arm. Next, take your padding and pad the SAM splint to make sure it's still comfortable for the patient. Then, you want to take your ACE bandage and secure the splint to the patient's arm. Make sure the ACE bandage is tight, but not too tight that you're cutting off the patient's circulation. You can check the CMSTs on the patient: color, movement, sensation, and temperature to make sure the SAM splint is secured properly. You feel this? What finger on touch?
Ring finger.
At this point, you want to sling the splint to the patient's body to secure it so it doesn't move. Tie a knot in the top corner of the triangle bandage to sling the elbow. Take a second triangle bandage and wrap it around the patient's shoulder. You want to secure the patient's arm to their body. This is also known as a swap.
Hurry, he's coming, dude, come on.
Now that it's all tied up, you want to keep the patient warm. So you're going to put the patient's jacket back on with the injured arm inside of the jacket so it stays warm. Now that the patient's all secure, take their pulse and respiratory rate one more time and make sure you document all your findings so people down the chain of the EMS system can use it to help the patient.
This shit's still going, come on.
How does that feel?
Better.
Now that you're all fixed up, I'll see you later.
Where'd he go? Whatever. Jim! Where's your part? My ass is freezing!
Alright.
Thank you, jeez.
What happened this time?
Doesn't matter, I'm bleeding everywhere!
That's a lot of blood.
No
I recommend you apply a tourniquet.
This again, come on!
This is a combat action tourniquet, or CAT, and it's used to stop profuse bleeding. To apply a CAT, roll up the patient's clothing to expose the skin. You want to apply a CAT 2 to 3 inches or 3 fingers above the wound. Start by undoing the tourniquet strap and wrapping it around the patient's limb. Make sure that the tourniquet is nice and tight and away from any joints. You shouldn't be able to fit 3 fingers underneath the tourniquet. Next, pull up on the baton on tourniquet to keep it tight. You want to twist the baton until the bleeding stops. Now that the bleeding is stopped, secure the baton in the tourniquet clip. This might hurt the patient, but you're also saving their life. You can keep a tourniquet on for 7 to 8 hours without causing any permanent damage to the patient.
Ah, God! Ah!
Well, at least you're not bleeding to death. I'll see you later.
What the? Ah, fuck! Ah.
Tough luck, Junior! I'm touching you!
Disclaimer. While these are all real skills being taught in this video, the scene and characters featured in the video are fictional. In a real-life situation, please accompany your patient after treatment until they can receive care from a fully trained professional. It might help if you call 911 for emergency care immediately after encountering the patient. In addition, if you find yourself in an emergency situation, do not expect a fairy godwolfer to come and assist you. Be warned that a common side effect that comes with taking Wolfer class with Pat Malone at the University of Vermont is a sudden urge to commit unexplained violent suicide, and you should remain monitored at all times. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.